Hello and welcome to the Once Only studio. As a reminder, Once Only puts you in charge of your data and helps us automate cross-border administrative procedures in the EU single market. Today we are delighted to be joined by the Once Only team from Malta. So I'm delighted to have Gloriane and Mark from the policy team and Adrian and Daniel from the technical team. Now, before we get into the chat, as usual, we are going to start with an icebreaker question. So, Mark, if the Once Only technical system, the OOTS, was a food, which one would it be?
With the experience gathered over the years, I would say that the OOTS would be a fully loaded pizza, which requires layers of ingredients and a good fire to cook it up well.
Fantastic. Well, if the Once Only technical system will be as popular as pizza with Europeans, then I think we'll certainly have succeeded in our mission. In terms of its implementation, Malta is currently at level 6 of the OOTS accelerator meter. This is the informal scale that we use to measure the maturity and advancement of any given country's Once Only implementation. Level 6 means that you are technically ready to exchange data through the OOTS. So Mark, first of all, would you mind telling us, is Malta currently offering Once Only services to EU or Maltese citizens?
Okay, while we have the central infrastructure in place, we are not yet offering services through OOTS. This is, however, our main target at the moment, to start offering services through the OOTS. And we are working with a set of competent authorities to achieve this in the coming month.
We've heard this from a few different countries, actually, that it's one thing having the technical infrastructure in place, but obviously for the Once Only to really work and be of value, we need to connect the competent public authorities to the system that will exchange the data, exchange the evidences, so diplomas, permits, attestations, etc., acting as either evidence requesters or evidence providers in procedures. Gloriane, how has the Maltese government approached talking to these competent authorities?
So we have been working consistently with a number of Maltese competent authorities who are either evidence requesters or evidence providers or both, to prepare the right systems to connect to the OOTS and start either accepting evidences from other authorities in other member states through OOTS or exchanging the evidences they keep to other member states cross-border through OOTS seamlessly. We have used various ways of engaging them. We initially carried out a study to explore what is out there, what needs to be exchanged, who keeps it, how it is kept, what the gaps are. We then followed this up with one-to-one meetings to delve a little bit deeper on the situation. Next, we engaged with a few authorities at a time to actually handhold them to start their integration process. That is where we are at the moment, paving the way for some authorities to be part of the OOTS. We have regular meetings with them to ensure they keep up the momentum and to assist them throughout.
So it really is a lot of work, and we've understood this in previous conversations. I mean, the Once Only technical system is part of the broader single digital gateway, which is basically an initiative to help people and businesses be more mobile and make better use of the EU single market. Adrian, would you tell us a little bit how the OOTS contributes to Malta's wider digital transformation strategy, particularly from a systems integration perspective?
The OOTS strengthens Malta's digital transformation by promoting consistency, modernization, and cross-border interoperability across government services. Through the SDG implementation, Malta adopts EU-aligned standards for shared services, data exchange, and system resilience, raising the digital maturity of public sector systems. From a systems integration perspective, Malta enables this shift by providing shared technical services, including e-delivery access points and integration consultancy to support smooth onboarding into the SDG ecosystem.
Exactly. Well, I guess the smoother the journey, the more competent authorities will connect to the system. So, Daniel, would you mind just explaining to us a little bit, how does the Maltese OOTS implementation by design simplify and streamline the onboarding process?
Yes, of course. So the Maltese OOTS is purpose-built to make onboarding as straightforward as possible for competent authorities. And we achieve this by exposing an API-driven integration layer, which abstracts the complexities of OOTS schema and interactions with the national access point. And so evidence requesters interact with this integration layer by submitting requests through a secure REST endpoint, whereas evidence providers simply query their base registries for any relevant evidence. And that means that all remaining processing, so data handling, formatting, and access point communication, is fully managed by the data service. And this in turn allows for rapid onboarding and reduces technical overhead for competent authorities.
Well, this is obviously a precursor to really onboarding as many authorities as possible and rolling out the OOTS. So I think it's just fair to say congratulations to the whole Maltese OOTS team for the work done so far in implementing Once Only in Malta. As a final question, regular viewers will know that the European Commission has been co-organizing conferences all over Europe looking specifically at onboarding competent authorities to the OOTS. And the first such event of 2026 will be in Malta in June. So Glorian and Mark, would you tell us just a little bit about what you want to achieve with this event?
Thanks, Tom. We wanted to host this event early. We are the 5th member state to hold such a local event because we really want to push competent authorities throughout member states, but of course here in Malta, to advance with their onboarding efforts and to take the leap and start working on this without further delay. This is something which competent authorities need to implement. It's a regulation, so there is no way out. And therefore, the event will allow for healthy discussions on what is blocking competent authorities to accelerate their onboarding. The event will also showcase successful onboarding stories or ones which are nearing completion.
There will also be parallel workshops for newcomers to OOTS, also another workshop track for other competent authorities who are maybe more advanced in the implementation of OOTS, and then the national coordinators track to discuss outstanding matters. We hope that this event will be interesting and useful for a variety of actors.
Well, I know that similar events that have taken place in Finland, in Lithuania, in Portugal, in Croatia have all really driven forward the implementation in those countries and those regions. So I'm absolutely convinced the same will be true for Malta. So wishing you all the best with that event. So that's all the time we have. So with many, many thanks to the Maltese OOTS team for joining us here today. In the video description, you will find a link to get more information on the event, Europe Goes Once Only Malta Edition, the Maltese implementation, and the Once Only technical system in general. Thanks for watching and see you soon.